Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mayowa. How are you?
I'm good. How is it going? It's 8 p.m. over here, so it's rather still kind of dark.
Okay. How's your Sunday doing?
Sunday's good. Sunday's gone. Now we're looking forward to Monday. Some special people of mine from Dubai are joining the call or the live. Hi. So now we're waiting for our special guest for today. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining early. We do this regularly. I think we do it every month, no? So Donate NG hosts these conversations with NGOs from Africa. For now, we're still touching base with the guys in Nigeria, but very soon we're going to bring more charities from across Africa. And we get to meet these charities, we speak with them, understand what they're about, understand what drives them, understand what needs they're trying to meet, understand their challenges and how they're navigating those. And more importantly, we get to speak with them and find out how we can help. Who are we? We. We are the regular people of the earth, the movers and shakers of the earth, the people who make things happen, because wherever we put our, investments, we make things happen there. So thank everyone for joining early. I see people from Lagos. I see people from Dubai. Thank you, everyone. We're just waiting for our guest. I don't want to reveal just yet. This is an amazing charity based in Nigeria. They do amazing work. And today we get to have a quick chat with them about what they do. And we find out how we can be, how we can support them, pretty much, because nothing moves unless you do, like I like to say. So if we don't move, nothing moves. And when we find people who have dedicated themselves to charitable work, it only makes sense that we support them because they're doing it on behalf of everybody else. So hang in there with me. Meanwhile, if you didn't join from Lagos and you didn't join from Dubai, tell me where you're joining from. And if you did join from Lagos, or if you're joining from Lagos or Dubai, please just drop us a message, drop a comment, and let's know where you are joining from. It'd be good to know what time it is. I know that West Africa right now is 5 p.m. or 5:05. Here in Dubai, it's Abuja, fantastic. Girl Child Development. Thank you for joining. Abu Dhabi, amazing. Angel McDestiny, thank you. Thank you so much. Everyone, let's know where you're joining from. I know that if you're in the UAE, it's like 8:04 right now. So let's know where you're joining from. Do we have anybody joining from the UK, from the Caribbean? Do we have anyone joining from the US, from Canada? Let's know where you're joining from. And let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Thank you for the hearts. Anyone sending those hearts? Thank you. Yes, my guest is here. Can you hear me loud and clear? Anyone sending those hearts? Thank you. Yes, my guest is here. Can you hear me loud and clear? Anyone sending those hearts? Thank you. Yes, my guest is here. Hello. Hi. So I want to be sure there's no delay. I'm going to ask you a question and then just answer immediately. So I make sure there's no delay. How is Sunday going?
Very fine. Very
great. So delay is probably
thank you. How was your day?
Or 2 seconds.
How was your day? How was your day?
Good day. You go to church, come back home, try to rest, try to manage a 2-year-old or an almost 2-year-old. So go figure. Okay.
I can try and understand.
Everyone, thank you so much. My guest is here. Our guest is here. Donate NG's guest is here. and he is, now you have to tell me if I got this correctly. He's Honoriode Ashaka. Did
Oh,
I
you
get that correct?
you tried.
Can you pronounce it?
Okay, I'll do that very natively now. Honorio de.
Hey, it's okay. I could never have gotten that. If
Of
I'd
course.
said it a million times, I wouldn't have gotten that. So, Honorio de. Which part
You
of Nigeria are
tried.
you from?
Delta State. I'm from Delta State.
It's okay. So, the second
Yeah.
part of the name, Unko?
Ashaka. Still Delta,
Ashaka.
though. Yeah, Ashaka.
Ashaka. So, Honorio
That's what
de
it is.
Ashaka.
Yes. Yeah.
Pleasure to have you here. And I know that if I ever bump into that name again, I know how to pronounce it correctly. So Honorio De is manager and digital marketer at DEMICARE Foundation. Did I get that correctly?
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
So
Thank
I
you.
wasn't sure
Yes,
if it was Demi or Demi.
it's Demi
Demi.
care. Yeah.
What does it mean?
Okay, Demi care is named after the princess of the house, Princess Bidemi. Yes, that's her name. So Demi care. So, yeah.
Okay. DEMICARE. All right. Thank you so much for joining. I mean, I know that we already did a little bit of introduction. At least we know your name, we know where you're from. But let me do a
It's
quick
okay.
introduction about your foundation. You will still tell me more about it, but let me just tell our audience, amazing people watching from across the world, about DEMICARE. So this foundation is registered and operational, comprising of a group of vibrant, amazing individuals who carry out boots on the ground projects to accomplish organizational objectives, requiring a great deal of careful planning, communication, and local involvement for each project. Now, what those projects are, we're about to find out from Honoria De. Honoria De, tell me about DEMICARE. I mean, we just gave a hint as to what you guys are about, but in your words, how would you describe what you guys do?
What we do is, for me, as far as I'm concerned, is very, very, very crucial. Let's not forget that because we've grown to a point where we are at the heart of, you know, helping people, being out there, and providing responses to SOS. So over the years, we've been operational for 5 years. We didn't put that there, but we've been around for 5, 6 years. Been working, and recently we swapped, go online. Try and reach out to people for donations, and that's why I'm here basically to provide digital marketing services to do that. So you see that we're growing with every stage in life, and these challenges as they come, we also try to grow with them, by getting people that know how to do this. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, what kind of pandemic is going to come up, and all that. So when it does happen, we have to swap. So that's what we do. So what we do here is very crucial as far as I'm concerned. It's very, very, very crucial. And seeing the times we're in Nigeria, the economic crunch, it's even more, more so like people need help. Like it's crazy out here. It's crazy out here.
I mean, I was in Nigeria just about a week ago, and yes, the prices of stuff, they were not joking. But back
Very, 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 very passionate about that. And that's even one of the reasons why I volunteered to be here. Because I've seen over the years, and I was a volunteer myself. And before becoming manager, I've been volunteering for that 5 years I talked about. So she's very passionate about helping. I am passionate about helping too. and we're trying to do people that are less privileged. You know, you have less privileged children, you have people that are sick with terminal illnesses, cancer, you know, and people who these terminal illnesses have now been marked for, you know, an eventual passing on. You know, they need support, and that's like to be able to carry on, you know, to live a very good life before that happens. You know, so these are some of the places that we touch on. Children of late have also been you know, I meet people, I talk to them when I can, you know. So Donate Energy is another one of our collaborators we're working with too now, you know. So we're looking to get more people also to get involved in this. So it's just pretty much starting off locally, people around you, and then like I said, I'm on board now. When the COVID came, it shook the whole game, you know. So we have to, yeah, we had to bring in someone like me, digital marketer. I was a digital marketer and a volunteer before now, so I understood how it works, and then it came on board, and we're trying to transit into that, getting donations, you know, via online platforms, basically Facebook, Instagram, and whatever.
And Donate NG, of course.
Yes.
Let me
Sorry.
just use this opportunity to let our viewers know that this conversation is powered by Donate NG. It's a crowd fundraising platform, particularly for charities. It's born in Nigeria, but it's for Africa. So feel free to check it out. If you want to give, you want to give to DemiCare, for instance, you want to give to other charities, you just want to, you know, just give. That's a good platform to look. If you also want to set up a project, you want to raise funds for charitable cause, that's also a platform that you can look at. All right, back to you, Honorio De. I think that's one name I'm going to enjoy calling a
Okay,
lot.
you could just say Onos for short. So
No, Honorio De, I actually like the full name, so let's stick to that.
okay, I'm
Obviously,
impressed. I like
and so you already mentioned that the pandemic was a game changer in a way, right? And I'm sure that just like other organizations, yours also went back to the drawing board and went back to the books to say, we
it.
must never be caught off guard, regardless of any health crisis that the world experiences, and then economic activities are shut down. What are the plans that you have now come up with for the next, say, 2 to 5 years? You know, what is the goal and what is the vision for the next couple of years?
All right, so I'll just make that very simple, you know, because that's pretty much what I've been doing here, because and that's the important part of the role I play, because I've been on ground, like I've been on ground basically, so I know how it works on ground, and being a digital marketer also, I also understand what the other side of this whole thing looks like. So basically, what you're asking me is how we're going to fuse those two together, and that's where Donate NG comes in, for example. So with crowdfunding, for example, what we're working on, I'm working on a project for children with emergencies, for example. So when I have those links, you know, we get volunteers. The plan is to get volunteers. They go out, you know, get people to donate via those links. In person, I'm talking about in person, like you walk up there, you talk to these people, we have leads, we call them on a regular basis if possible. You know, establish that one-on-one relationship with them. In as much as trying to donate online, you need to know who you're donating to, what you're donating to, and like what cause you're donating to, basically. So that trust is there, and we can, that way, that's going to last for like a long time, obviously. So whatever happens, in any case, you already know who this person is. We met one on one, we talked, and you donated online. So now we've brought you from offline to an online platform for donation, which is Donate to NG, for example, or our Donate link, or whatever, wherever it is that traffic is going. So that's just basically what we, from what you just asked me, that's basically what's going to happen next 2 5 years. Yeah.
Fantastic. So what projects are you working on right now? Do you have any particular campaign that you're pushing right now?
Yes. We have a lot of campaigns, but the main one, the one I am focusing about, because let me tell you how I even started that. Let me make you laugh. So I actually had this conversation, just a short conversation with the country manager of the NG at the point. It was scary. There was this day I went to the hospital and working on children cases. That's one big project for me right now. So working on this project, and we went to the hospital, to deliver some funds to one of the indigents in the hospital, and another one we had previously taken care of, who had the surgery already, started having complications. He started getting hot, his tummy is getting all bloated again, and he wasn't eating and also. And at that point, we couldn't do anything. This is somebody who we had already raised funds for and had a surgery already, and then he's already back to almost like where he started from. So it was a big, big, big concern for me. At that point, I realized, oh my God, we cannot. I don't want us to walk, and then when we think it's done, an emergency comes up and we can't take care of such cases. And then another thing again is that a lot of kids have cancer, and like we pointed out just a while ago, this movement from offline to online is definitely going to affect health wise, and we're beginning to see that with a lot of cancer cases in children, cancer of the eye, the kidney, most that's very common. So these children need to be operated on, and before that happens, they need chemotherapy. We know chemotherapy is very expensive, so we're talking about expensive chemotherapy and children, and then emergency. So this is basically what we're working on with Donate NG right now. We've created a link for that. What we're gonna handle, like, yeah, we get so children like Saliu, that's the name of the child, Saliu, who had chemotherapy and the surgery and was waiting for radiotherapy and then had a complication. So you see that work would probably have gone down the drain if we couldn't do anything about it to save that child. So much money and effort put into saving this child, and it's almost getting back to square one. So this is a challenge for me. So that made me, I came back to the office, I was tense, and madam was asking me, I was supposed to deliver something, and she was asking me what happened. I said, look, at this point, I can't really focus right now. This just shook me right now. All we could do was I just got up there and we prayed, and we said a bit of prayer, and I think it worked because it was able to help the boy hold on to when we were able to get reinforcements for him to, get treatment and be better again. So that made us, I'm talking about the current project we're working on, right? So that made me create a link and then make some creatives. I said, okay, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going with this campaign on a digital basis. We're going to take the NG, get the link. They're going to help us advertise. We're going to do our bits too, advertise, just try and get traffic to the link to get people to donate. So we have a pool of fund where cases like Saliu's now, an emergency, something like that, a case we've worked on that just requires them to finish up. It's like polishing your shoe and not shining it. So that kind of stuff. So that's what it is. So we're going to finish the whole process. We're going to be able to finish things like that. We have so many children also in queue now. Aside Sally, there are also children waiting for radiotherapy. Radiotherapy is like the final stage for cancer, I believe, where it stops the cells from reproducing, right? So they have to go through chemotherapy. Sometimes chemotherapy first, before surgery, and then radiotherapy. So that's basically what we're working on right now, trying to get this thing going.
Oftentimes when people talk about charities, I think that and I'm going to use a strong word, we've almost dehumanized the people behind charities, because it's almost like they are just, and I'll explain why I say that. It's almost as if we've just made you this bunch of people that just collect money to help other people.
Yeah.
But let's talk a bit about the emotional impact even on you. Right? The fact that you work with people and lives are involved, families are involved. So as much as we appreciate that you put your time and your effort and you've made this sort of like your life's mission, helping other people, can you share with us a bit more about the emotional toll it takes on people like you that work in charities?
I wouldn't want to scare anybody that wants to be a volunteer, so I'll be light with that. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's not easy, and this is one of the reasons why I was also brought on board. My experience was able to help my boss. I'd seen the toll it can take. And let's not forget that these people have personal lives and work that they're going through already. So, like you said, it gets to a point where some people call us scam. Like we had a recent case where I'm going to have to talk about this because it really played a very, very strong role in the morale of the team. We had a fundraiser a while ago for a child with swollen head, fluid in the head, basically in the brain, actually, from worry, and we were advertising for that child on one of the pages of the celebrities, and somebody saw it and said, "Where's Cam?" And that day was chaos. It was chaos because my boss was tense, like what is going on in the online space, and there was nobody to debunk that. So we had to come up with a plan where I went to worry myself, to try and fix the situation, and it didn't quite go well when I first went there. It didn't quite go well. They had to bring in reinforcements, to come and train me there. So you see, that's just one part of it. But it was all sorted out at the end of the day. But it took a toll on the team because, like, everybody was stressed out from the journey, the amounts of money spent, which would have been used for patients. That's a serious one. And then when it comes to personal, like I said about Sally, some cases you don't want to turn away from. It's really hard. It's really hard. It's not easy at all. Decisions we make, wow, like it's I don't want, like I said, I don't want to discourage anybody that wants to be a volunteer. But maybe it's because when top the upper echelon, I believe that's why we're seeing those things directly, because people when the staff will just basically deliver stuff, but people that are there that have to make those decisions where patients need to have surgeries done and they need permission, advice. What are you going to advise these people? Are you going to say something that's going to make the situation worse or make it better? So we have to deal with all of that kind of decisions, and it's not easy at all. But the passion, because we love to do that, we're always out here. We're always ready to. Nothing, no challenge can supersede that. No, I can assure you that nothing can change.
Like they say in entertainment, the show must go on. So in a manner of speaking,
Yeah.
you just have to get in the trenches and keep it going because lives are involved.
Yes.
All right. So because we know that at the end of the day, money is a huge part of charities. No money, we can't do anything. Can you share with us, again, it might be emotional, can you share with us some of maybe an example of a very difficult decision that you had to make, perhaps personally or as an organization, because you didn't have enough money? Do you have any examples of that?
Okay, I'll give you two examples actually. One will be short and the other I'll explain. So first is at a point in time at a certain period we had to make a decision of getting on board a certain management as against taking care of the patient. But if we didn't do that on a long-term basis, there probably won't be any help for patients that are coming next. And so that decision, that point was that was like, it was a big one that we took, and we're glad it paid off. It did pay off. It is working, even though it has this, written out. Then the second situation is, and always will be, patients and their caregivers who decide to use traditional methods of treating their patients when we know that these things can be taken care of in the hospital. Now you have to make that decision, and when you've already handed over, say, monies to them already, and then they're telling you this, and then you have to decide what to do about it. Are you going to let them go with the money, and you don't even know what's going to happen next? What are you going to tell the donors? What are you going to tell the sponsors? And then when you can't claim those monies back, because if you're trying to do that, that's where they're going to say, "Oh, yeah, it's calm. Just give us money and you want to take it back." So how do you fix that? But we do eventually, by God's grace, get around those situations. But those are very, very, very tough decisions to make at that point in time, because it involves people's lives, it involves money, and it involves, say, tradition. You don't want to make the traditional guys look like they're not doing anything, because we know that sometimes it does work sometimes, but We don't know what this is. You're basically going into the gray right now, and we don't know what's going to happen next. Are you going to be black or white? So that's a very, 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 it's a very uncomfortable place to find yourself in. Yeah.
Great. So how would you like people, for instance, those who are watching live right now, or even those who watch this video later, how would
Yeah.
you like people to help you?
Well, it's very simple. It's just let me see, four things. Would I say three or four? First, you have to donate. We are asking people to donate. We understand that times are challenging, and that's why we need to be together. Because the more the merrier. The more people we have, the more easier the task becomes. You know, I don't know if anybody's speaking now. That's the logic behind it. So if you were giving 500 before, you probably want to, if it's hard now, you want to break it down to 250 and tell your other friend to come on, let's do 250. Come on, let's get this thing done. Something like that, you know. So you want to donate and you want to share with a friend, like I just said. That's the second thing. You want to try and get these cases out in front of people, talk to people about this thing, talk to people about donation generally. You know, that's the second thing to do. And basically just donate, share. It might be clothes, might be food, you know, might be words. Prayers are very important. You know, say words of prayers for these people. Don't forget them, because it's very real. We're all alive and healthy. We don't know what God is doing for us. Like it's so much. It's a lot. If you see people that are sick, so you want to pray for them also. So those are things that we are looking at, basically. So we're calling on people to donate. Just donate, donate, donate. Verify your cases also. You know, that's just it. Make sure you verify it before you donate if you have to. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you. If anyone watching right now has a question, you can actually ask. And I noticed that
Okay.
Apoko Doctor joined. It's really good to have you on board. I don't know if you're
Hey,
still
Yapoku.
on, but please, if you've got a question for Honorio there, please
With the
drop your
name.
questions. Or maybe you just want to say thumbs up. You guys are doing a great work.
Yeah.
We celebrate you. We just say kudos to you. If that's all you want to do, please, that's fine as well. Because I mean, even me that I love my job, sometimes I need encouragement. So
Yes.
so
Yes, you do.
encouragement is always welcome. But
Yeah.
what's the least anyone can donate? Is there a least amount?
Sorry, come in.
Is there a minimum amount that people can donate?
Oh, there's no minimum. Every penny, like I said, every penny counts. Like, and that's the amazing thing. You don't have to be a millionaire before you help somebody. You know, you think it's 100 naira, but you can get him to from point A to point B, where he's gonna get the other help he needs. So everything counts. If you're doing 1 naira, I'm not gonna be mad at you. I'll take it and I'll help somebody with it. Doesn't matter anything. You know, just do something. Just move. You know, just
And
move.
how important is it to share as well? Not just you donate. Like
Mm.
is there any superpower behind sharing that people don't know? The power
Yes,
of
there is.
sharing. I mean, you're a
Yeah, there.
digital marketer, so I know that you might have really interesting insights to share on that.
Yeah, yeah. So let me about sharing. Sharing is actually very important. It's very, very important. You're an influencer basically at that point. So you're building. And I would say a story here about my boss. She's online. She is an influencer actually herself. So sharing is very important. And sometimes the way we start these cases is when we have a case, for example, she starts off by sharing. This is the problem this person has. You know, she shares it with her own influence circle, and then they donate, and in turn we're able to do other things with it and get more money with it, and then be able to help the patients. So it's very important to share. It doesn't matter who you think this person is. Oh, this my friend doesn't have money. No, he's 15 naira matters to that person at that point. So it's important to always share. It's very powerful to share, and I'm telling you, it reduces the load for you too. Like I said, the more the merrier. So if we share, we're all happy and we're able to solve and help the society, um, like by and large. So sharing is very
Fantastic. So thank you. As we just wind down the conversation, how can
okay.
people locate you? How
Okay.
where what platforms are you on, and how can people find you? Just also want to point out that there's a pinned comment, phone numbers there, bank details there. So there's already a phone number. No, not a phone number. It's actually just bank details. So can you share with us which other way people can reach you?
Yeah, we have an office. You know, we have an office in Lagos. We have an Igbeda. That's where our office is. You could reach us online, on the phone. You can call us. Our numbers are there. So call, emails, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're everywhere. Pretty much everywhere. We're accessible 24/7. WhatsApp also. I don't think there's anywhere you want to send us a message. We're everywhere. We
have to be everywhere because we have to collect all the money from everywhere.
Yeah, we synced with that. Yeah, we have to be everywhere.
Oh, thank you so much, Honoria. I've really enjoyed this conversation. I love how you talk about just passion, difficult decisions that you have to make, the importance of people donating, importance of sharing as well. Some of the really complicated situations that you find yourselves in when people don't do what you expect them to do, and you're stuck in between the hard rock and the deep blue sea. Like, what do we do? But I wish you the very best, and we just want to say thank you to Donate NG for the platform. If you have any final words, please share.
Oh yes, definitely. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's made it here to be online today. It was really nice to be able to talk about our charity with you guys. And we're saying that please, 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 if there's anything you could do, you should not forget to share. Sharing is very important. If you don't have the money to donate, you shouldn't share, because sharing is free. So if you cannot donate, you should share, right? So that's just it. And let's try and help. Most importantly, please, 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 please click on the link for the children with SOS. Children calling out for help. These mothers are going through a lot. It's hard out here. So please, you want to help us get these links, share them or donate. Thank you so much for coming, everybody.
Hello, wait, sorry. Hold on, Mr. Ashaka. There's a question for you in the question box. It says, do you employ staff or volunteers?
Okay, so we don't employ staffs. Like I always tell everybody that comes on board, you are a volunteer first. First, you are a volunteer. You're not a staff here. You're not a driver. You're not a cleaner. You're not a digital marketer. You're not a manager. You're not an MD. You are a volunteer first, which means you might be sleeping in the night and you'll be called to do something. It's not a job. It's a humanitarian service. Understand that first, before any other role comes in. So we're all humanitarians, volunteers. By virtue of primary role assignments, we are volunteers first, before any other thing proceeds.
Thank you. I hope that the person who asked the question is going to go ahead and donate, because ultimately,
honestly, please.
that's the baseline.
Oh, cheer. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Honoria. It's been a wonderful time with you.
Thank you.
Again, everyone who watched, thank you for joining. Please share the video. Sharing is free, as we have been told.
Yes.
It's free. Feel free to share as many posts as possible. Also visit Donate NG, search for DEMICARE. You'll find their projects on there, their campaigns on there. Yeah. As he said, nothing is too small. And ultimately, we all do this together. Thank you to the people who are commenting, Bimbo Cash, Fabulous Easy. Thank you, everyone.
That's our PR.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone who joined, who commented, who's going to share. God bless you. God bless you, Honoria there. God bless Donate NG. God bless me too.
I was going to say that. I was going to say, I didn't get to know you properly, and you've been doing a great job. Somebody needs to commend you for this. And we're not going to let that go. Thank you so much. You're an amazing. I was watching your interview the other time. It was brilliant. Thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure to meet you. And we do not take this for granted. Trust me, we do not. We do not take this for granted at all. Thank you so much.
As we say, it's our work. So
Yes,
everybody must come on board one way or the other. We all have to
yeah,
chip in to make it work.
yes. Thank you
So
so
happy.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, and have a lovely evening or morning or
Bye.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Bye. Stay blessed.
Bye,
And please,
everybody.
again, donate. Very important.
Okay,
Thank
and
you.
share. Let me add that. Bye.
Bye.
All right.